right. Skagsiatic, Skagdash, let's see, Skagdash, Kamdum, Anianap Chugik, Rebeca Ronstadt-Contreras. Thank you all so much for joining us today on our first Friday chat of the semester. I'm with the higher education program, and we're really excited to start off the semester with our first Friday chat. Today we're going to be talking about the higher education program. We'll go over our deadlines, program services, pathways, and other things that you can look forward to for the academic year. A couple of things before we get started. This session is being recorded and it will be shared on our YouTube page, our Salt River Schools YouTube page, sometime later next week. We do have a number of First Friday chats that are scheduled between September through June. Lots of different opportunities for students and community members to join us either live or via our YouTube series and take a look at our recordings. Always contact our office, contact us if you have any questions, but we're really excited to have you all here. Without further ado, I will go ahead and share our presentation, or the presentation that I will be giving, and I'm going to introduce all of our colleagues here. So hopefully everyone can see my screen, and I am going to share. So the Salt River Higher Education Program, as you may or may not know, provides financial aid, scholarship, early outreach, recruitment, retention, and education and career advising services to all enrolled community members who are interested in furthering their education. We do have 4 program advisors, and each of our program advisors oversee certain pathways or fields of interest. And what I want to let all of our students know is that many of the students who are attending the Maricopa Community Colleges are asked to select a guided pathway or a field of interest when they register for courses. So you may not know what your major is, but you might know that you want to study education. You don't know if you want to be an elementary school teacher, or perhaps you want to teach in the early childhood sector. Maybe you want to teach high school students. Maybe you want to be a college professor. You're not quite sure, but you know that you want to study. You know you want to be in education. You want to study education. So when you get to your college, whether it's the Maricopa Community Colleges or the universities that you attend, you will select a pathway, a field of interest, or a program major. And so each of our program advisors oversee most of these programs. So once you are a student and you are receiving funding from the higher education program, you will be assigned to a program advisor who oversees that specific field of interest. So for those of you who want to be teachers, you're going to be under the education guided pathway or field of interest, and you will be assigned to Mario West, one of our program advisors. We have 3 other program advisors. Joyla Gates, who's a program advisor. She oversees health and sciences as well as our STEM. So any students who are falling under our science, technology, engineering, and math programs. Erica Outcalt is another one of our program advisors. She oversees students who are enrolled in business, and those who are interested in entrepreneurship, management, computer and information technology. And Andrea Stanley is currently our secretary. She's also an acting program advisor. Some of you may have worked with one of our program advisors, Danelle Prieto. She has now moved on and is working with the Community Employment Program and is still able to assist you with any HR or career-related needs. But Andrea Stanley is serving as both our secretary and an acting program advisor, and she's overseeing our behavioral science and human services programs, culture and society, and is assisting along with the rest of our team with any of our students who are currently living at the Salt River Department of Corrections who are engaged in our reentry programs. We also have Tanya Coakley, who is our program accountant, Davina Leone, who is our early college advisor. She focuses on early outreach. And myself, I'm Rebeca Ronstadt-Contreras, the higher education administrator. So a couple of things that we want to talk a little bit about before we get into our the rest of our presentation is really to let you all know that there are some words and terminologies that we really want to make sure that we understand. So right now we have students who are getting funding from the higher education program who are attending community colleges. And community colleges are typically two-year institutions where students can earn an associate degree. The Maricopa Community Colleges have recently stated that they will each offer a bachelor's degree program, and they're hoping to scale that out in 2024 and 2025 respectively. So once we have the more information on that, we'll go ahead and present it to you. Not every single community college has determined which bachelor's degree program they're going to offer, but most of them have. And so we'll come back with more information for those of you who are interested in those opportunities. A university is typically a four-year institution where students can earn a bachelor's degree. They can also earn a master's degree, a professional degree, and a PhD, so a doctorate degree, doctoral, a Juris Doctorate. And we also talk a lot about possible career pathways. And when we talk about career pathways, when students come into the program, we really want to make sure that students understand that if they are interested, back to my previous point, in becoming a teacher, that your program advisor will let you know that if you were to graduate right now and you earned a degree, a bachelor's degree in elementary education, these are the potential career pathways that you can get into. These are the potential job openings that are available to individuals right now with that teaching credential. So what we're trying to do is really help students pick a career path that is something that they're interested in pursuing, but also something that can be sustainable over time. And we also want you to know what that job outlook looks like, either within the community or outside of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. We also have students who are interested in vocations or specific trades. And so for students who are attending vocational and trade schools, they are also attending post-secondary institutions where they can earn a certificate or license in a skilled trade. And some possible career paths under these specific vocational and trade schools are individuals who end up getting welding certifications. They can become certified nursing assistants, estheticians, firefighters, chefs, and etc. So a couple of things that the higher education program currently funds. Our program currently funds students' tuition and mandatory fees for most of our in-state Arizona schools. Though our in-state Arizona schools are the schools like Arizona State University, University of Arizona, Grand Canyon University, and Northern Arizona University. For students who are attending institutions who are out of state, or so like Stanford, or we have a student currently attending Columbia University, those students, we will pay a majority of that tuition. So we're going to pay what we would pay for you to attend an Arizona school, plus 75% of whatever that remaining balance is. So I know that sounds kind of tricky. So we want to be sure that you talk with your advisor. Once you know where you want to go to school, you call our office immediately. Let us know, hey, higher education, I'm interested in going to Columbia University and I want to start in the fall of 2025. What is it that I need to do to get everything taken care of so that I can have to, how much am I going to have? Am I going to have to pay? Are there any out-of-pocket expenses? Is the higher education program taking care of everything? All those questions that you might have, we can start answering for you now, even if you're not quite enrolled at that university of your choice. The higher education program also funds required books and supplies that are listed on a student's syllabus. So for those of you who are participating in a culinary program, there are not tools, there are supplies that you will need for the culinary program. You will need certain things as part of your kit. So the higher education program can help you with those types of expenses. The program also funds childcare for students who are in need of childcare during the time that they are enrolled in their courses. And we also offer credit hour incentives. So there are amounts that are attached to every single credit that a student earns, but also passes with a grade of a D or better. So students are earning and learning at the same time. And we're really happy that we can assist you in all of these different forefronts. Some of the things that the higher education program does not fund, as outlined in Article 11, Higher Education Policy, are housing, rent, dorms, other places to live. The program does not currently fund meal plans. We don't we have some technology vouchers if needed that came about during the pandemic. And so in some cases, if a student is able to provide justification that they don't have access to computer labs, either at their respective institutions or if they don't have a computer at home, we may be able to assist with technology vouchers up to $500. We don't fund parking passes or transportation, health insurance, and any late fees or payment plan fees or recommended books. So we just want to be sure that students understand the difference between what the program will fund and what the program currently does not fund. The credit hour incentives, however, are some of our students do use those credit hour incentives to offset the costs of housing, maybe some meal plans, those types of things. So the credit hour incentive can be used however a student deems appropriate. We just don't want students to think that if they go to a school out of state that the higher education program will fund their housing or room and board in addition to the tuition and those types of things. So our program does operate all year long. We have 7 deadlines throughout the year, and our deadlines are very, very important. And we have mirrored our deadlines to allow for us to have time to process your respective awards, but to also meet the tuition and funding deadlines that are set by the colleges and universities that our students are attending. So it's very, very important that our students apply, and when we say apply, we mean an entire application. So an entire complete application, which includes not only our application, but a number of other documents in addition to the FAFSA, which is the Federal Financial Application for Student Aid. So we want to be sure that our students are meeting our deadlines. We have them laid out here, 7 deadlines throughout the year. 3 deadlines for our students going to colleges and universities, and 4 deadlines for our students going to our vocational and trade schools. And they are outlined here. Another one of our outreach initiatives is obviously what we're doing right now, our First Friday chats, which start up in June and run all the way, which start up in September and run all the way through June. They start at 10 o'clock on the first Friday of each month, unless otherwise noted. They're always available on Microsoft Teams. For those of you who are watching this right now, perhaps it's a later viewing on your part, please feel free to send us an email and we can send you the link. Or that's how we do it. We send you the link and you can just pop in and meet our first or attend our first Friday live session. If you miss it though, like I mentioned earlier, we will have the recording on our YouTube page, our Salt River Schools YouTube page. And so you can watch it there as well. So one of our staff members, one of our colleagues, Davina Leone, is our early outreach college advisor. And so her role is a little different than our higher education program advisors in that she is working closely with students, enrolled community members who are attending Mesa Public Schools. And in addition to our Accelerated Learning Academy. And she also offers monthly career exploration workshops for the youth who are currently participating in the Teen Wolf program over at the Way of Life facility. Davina also offers virtual and in-person high school advising appointments. Many of our seniors this year are going to ask for assistance with completing the FAFSA. They might even ask for assistance with college applications, how to apply for other scholarships. Perhaps they're interested in additional programs or career advising. Anything, if you are in high school or I mean, if you're in any grade between kindergarten through high school, Davina Leon is our early college outreach advisor, and she can help meet you at your school, meet with students, meet with families, assist with FAFSA completion. She is housed currently at the Salt River Accelerated Learning Academy, but she can meet students either virtually or in person at various high schools if you don't attend a school here in the community. And her contact information is listed here. The higher education program is currently offering a participant survey. So this, we have here a QR code. If you take a picture of it with your cell phone, it will automatically take you to a link that we're actually asking for community member feedback. We're asking people who have either participated in the higher education program or are interested in participating in the higher education program to provide feedback on different programmatic and or funding issues that you may have experienced when you were in the program, or that you would like to see enhanced or perhaps an improvement on our end. And so anyway, we have a couple of questions. It's a short survey, but we're interested in hearing your feedback, and we will be sharing this feedback with executive administration to see about different programmatic updates and efficiencies that we can handle on our end to make sure that all of our students are successful, but that we're also meeting the needs of the community. So we are almost at the end of our presentation, and this here is our Salt River Higher Education webpage. It's part of the Salt River Schools overall webpage, but if you go to he.saltriverschools.org, that will take you to our page, and in our page you can find everything about scholarships, eligibility. You can click on a link to find out who your advisor will be. You can also get information about our education board, and all of our contact information is also listed here. At this time, I'm just going to open it up for anyone who may have questions. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. Well, oh, yes, Miss LaRue, how can I help you?
Davina, how early does she start working with kids? Specifically because I'm thinking about my grandchildren, and I want them, they've already grown up saying they're already say um when I go to college, but I also want to not to feel support them, to also feel the support of the community, that that they want to help as early as, while it's in their mind.
Sure,
And
Davina, do you
so
want to answer that question?
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I'm willing to work with, any of our community members at any age. We have different college exploration material for different groups. So yeah, I'd be happy, to meet with your grandchildren and start having those conversations with them.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. Does anyone else have any questions? I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see everyone who had joined us today, but we appreciate you coming in and taking part of our first Friday chat. Does anyone else have any questions about the higher education program or services that we offer? Okay, so excuse me, a couple of things to look out for. We have the higher education program has partnered with the Language and Culture Salt River Schools program, and we will be offering very soon, starting the month of September, some lunch and learns on a monthly basis where students and family members and any staff members can participate in language and culture classes that we're going to be hosting once a month. That starts in September, and once we have that official date and flyer ready, we'll share that information out. Make sure that you follow us on our Instagram pages, on our social media pages. Please feel free to give us a call and connect with us if you need anything. Like I said, we do have a number of individuals who are here and ready and willing and able to assist you. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you are still unable to meet with us in person, we do have the ability to meet with you all virtually via Microsoft Teams. We also respond to our emails and call students back. So whatever it is that you need, family members, if you're interested in services for your children or your relatives, feel free to give us a call. Our next deadline, we have 2 deadlines coming up. Our second vocational deadline will be on October 31st for vocational schools. And so anyone interested in going back to school, vocational or trade school, that starts in January, get your applications in by the 31st of October. And our deadline for students interested in going back to colleges or universities in the spring semester, so with the start date of January, your applications will be due on November 30th, which will give us enough time to process your tuition payments and get your classes scheduled and get everything ready for you to start your new semesters in the spring. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. We will be here every first Friday of the month. Every month is different. We're going to cover different topics related to self-care, study and time management. We'll hear from some of our partner universities and institutions and colleges with programs that they have available for students. But in the meantime, we hope your semesters are off to a great start. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope you have a good rest of your day and weekend, long weekend. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mhm. I'm sneaky.